Antony moved from Ajax to Manchester United in the summer of 2022 for an exorbitant fee, but has yet to justify the club's huge investment. Although Ten Hag has acknowledged the Brazilian struggles, the Dutchman has refused to accept any blame for the club's decision to pay so much for him, while also insisting he can still turn his Old Trafford career around. What Ten Hag said. The bigger picture. In 82 appearances for Manchester United so far, the Brazilian has only managed to score 8 goals, with his lack of pace and end product often called into question by critics. However, Ten Hag's comments suggest Antony will be given another chance to prove his worth amid swirling summer transfer rumours. What next for Antony? Antony has already started pre-season training with Manchester United and will be on the plane to the United States for their matches against Arsenal, Real Betis and Liverpool. Ten Hag's side will then look ahead to a Community Shield date with Manchester City on August 10, which comes 6 days before their 2024-25 Premier League opener against Fulham. Leny Yoro has expressed his gratitude towards the Manchester United coaching team for making him feel comfortable during his debut. The teenager was impressive during Saturday's 2-0 victory against Rangers at Murrayfield Stadium. Just a mere 2 days after sealing his transfer from Lille to Old Trafford, the 18-year-old was thrust into the starting lineup for the pre-season friendly win against the Scottish heavyweights. Yoro slotted alongside Johnny Evans at centre-back and clocked up 45 minutes of playtime. With Evans by his side offering experience and support, the French defender showcased his ability with confident distribution and some pinpoint passing. He also made a couple of standout defensive plays that contributed to United's clean sheet. Despite the usual disclaimers about pre-season fixtures, Yoro's debut was deemed as promising by Manchester United. Having only trained with the squad for the first time on Friday, he relished the chance to play and appreciated the warm welcome and assistance from both his teammates and the coaching staff. Yoro said, via the Manchester Evening News, "Yes, of course, my teammates helped me a lot and the staff made me feel comfortable on the pitch. We are together, so for me, it is very good." Yoro was the centre of attention before the match after news broke on Saturday morning that he was part of the 26-man squad heading to Edinburgh. On his first game after signing for a fee of around $68 million, £52m a Euro 62m, he reflected, "For me, it was incredible. It was a very good game from the team and I am happy with my performance. I hope we continue like that." Manchester United is gearing up for its pre-season tour to the United States, with the team set to jet off on Wednesday. Like Liverpool, it will face Real Betis and Arsenal. "Of course, we go to America on Wednesday and we will have 3 competitive games," Yoro said. "The fans will be there, I know, and the team will give everything to win those games." Erik Ten Hag has been commenting on the future of midfielder Scott McTominay as the Scotland international continues to be heavily linked with a move away from Old Trafford this summer. The 27-year-old central midfielder is reportedly attracting interest from fellow Premier League sides Newcastle and West Ham, while Tottenham have also been mentioned in some dispatches. McTominay has spent his whole career at Old Trafford but has struggled to hold down a regular starting spot since Ten Hag took over as the Red Devils' boss. The Scot, who has only just returned for pre-season training after representing Scotland at the Euro 2024, did not feature for United in their 2-0 friendly win over Rangers at Murrayfield on Saturday. However, when quizzed about the player's future, Ten Hag made it clear that he has no intention of sanctioning a sale, even if PSR leads United to do exactly that. "We have very good players, so there will always be an interest from other clubs," Ten Hag said on McTominay. He scored 10 goals last season and also performed very well for Scotland, so there will be an interest. But we want to keep him because he is a very important player for our squad. He can contribute as we saw last season. He can play in a more advanced role and he is a highly interesting player for our team." McTominay is expected to join up with the squad next week as the Red Devils head for their US tour, with a game coming up against Premier League rivals Arsenal in California next weekend. Diallo ticks all the boxes. They warmed up for that trip by overcoming Zs, with new boy Leny Yoro making an impressive debut alongside goals former Ibrox loanee Amad Diallo and youngster Joe Hugill. Diallo was one of the more impressive players against the Scottish side, and Ten Hag revealed he has high hopes for the 22-year-old Ivorian going forward. The Dutchman added, "He has made very good progression. The last 2 seasons, he was on loan and was planned to play a role. But then he had a very bad injury last season in pre-season and dropped him a little bit back. But in the last games of the season he showed assets and today for what is to come next season. Asked if Diallo's best position was on the right wing, where he started at Murrayfield, Ten Hag replied, "I think that is his best position, but I think he is also capable of playing other positions like 9 or 10 or from the left wing. All the offensive positions he can play." Manchester United manager Erik Ten Hag wasted no time in handing Leny Yoro his first appearance for the club. The centre-back was signed from Lille for an initial €62 million, $67.8 million, on July 18 and was handed his first start for the club just 2 days later in a friendly match with Rangers at Murrayfield in Scotland. It was something of a surprise to see the 18-year-old fast-tracked into pre-season duties after a whirlwind few days in which he chose to sign for United despite long being expected to join European champions Real Madrid. So, how did the France under-21 international get on in his first appearance in the famous red shirt? Leny Yoro Man United debut versus Rangers, rating new signings performance. Yoro was named in the starting lineup alongside veteran defender Johnny Evans. Aaron Wan-Bissaka was next to the new signing at right back, with academy product Sam Murray on the opposite flank. He was called upon quickly to intervene when Cyril Dessers was given a run-through on goal, but he showed good pace and strength to keep up with the forward and timed his tackle well. The opening half-hour was otherwise a quiet one for the United defence in general, which may well have helped any initial nerves for the teenager. He looked comfortable in possession, of which United had nearly 75%, completing all but one of his first 34 passes. 3 of these were accurate long balls, one of which was a superb crossfield pass to pick out the forward run of Sam Murray. Yoro was happy to offer instruction to his new teammates. At one stage late in the first half, he ordered Amad Diallo to make a run before trying to arrow a long pass over the top to the winger, which was well intercepted by fullback Jefter. There were a couple of nervy moments, though. 32 minutes in, a low cross from the right found Dessers, who turned away from Yoro and saw his shot saved by Andre Onana. Around 5 minutes later, Yoro played a rather careless pass in between Toby Collier and Evans, allowing Dessers to lead a quick counter. To Yoro's credit, he recovered quickly to block the striker's shot. Ten Hag will have been far more pleased with Yoro's involvement in United's opening goal in the first half. Yoro's pass into Mason Mount allowed the midfielder to turn and run into space before finding Amad Diallo, who cut in from the left and found the bottom corner with a superb strike. Yoro was substituted at half-time as Ten Hag changed the entire United lineup, except for goalkeeper Onana, for the second half. The manager will likely have been pleased with what he saw in those first 45 minutes of Yoro's Red Devils career. Leny Yoro stats for Man United versus Rangers. Touches, 51. Passes completed, 44/48. Long passes completed, 4/7. Tackles 1, 1/1. Duels 1, 1/1.